you need help getting your life back on track? Many people don't have an uncle or a dad to sit them down and give good advice. Now you have someone who cares about you to give you mentorship. Harsh Advice for the Unemployed Guy is available on Amazon.com and Kindle in an old-fashioned paper book form. Order your copy of Harsh Advice for the Unemployed Guy and get your life back on track.
That rig till I push that girl out of my mind. If somebody wants to know what's becoming of so-and-so, tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line. Tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line.
And we are back on Let's Think, and I am your host, Shepherd the Voluntaryist. And today we're stepping a little bit off to the side from our normal discussions of philosophy and morality and such, and we're getting into something else that's pretty important in life, which is creating value, making a living, exchanging value with others, and being worthwhile as a human being and as a producer. And this show is kind of dedicated to the folks and here to help the folks that are having a tough time of that right now and need some general life advice on getting back on track. And we've talked about developing skills and we've talked about providing value to others and not being a chump and falling for stuff. But I think before you really get your strategy of why it is you're going to go and beat the pavement and go get a job or start a business or whatever your personality type prefers, if we look at the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then the follow-up book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, and I'll link both of those in the show notes as well. But if we look at those books and we look at what you're interested in doing, whether it's starting your own business or sole proprietorship, or if it's working for somebody else in a job, when we want to put this into action, but we can't just do it because it's what we're supposed to do, or we're not going to have much passion for it. We need to really have a reason to do it. And that reason only you can decide. We each have our why. Why is it that we want to do a particular thing? Why is it that you want to go out and work 18-hour days to get ahead? And let me tell you, there are some folks out there that are able to cut corners and make some money without many years of hard work. But here's the cold, hard truth. You're not supposed to enjoy work. That's not the goal of work. It is not supposed to fulfill you as an individual. Well, it's great if it does. I mean, that's wonderful. But I've heard a lot of times from people, I didn't like that job. The boss wasn't nice, and it wasn't what I enjoyed doing. Well, no, that's not why you go to work. You don't go to work to enjoy yourself or to like people. You go to work to create value and get something done. And if somebody else has built up a system that allows you to just jump in and right off the bat start making money, I mean, you go out and start your own business, you're not making money day one. You go get a job with somebody else, you're making money day one. Now, you're not going to make as much money as you might if you start your own good business and do well in the long run, but you're making money right off the bat. So don't think that it's just going to be easy. Don't think you're going to jump out there and after you listen to this podcast, get motivated and read half a dozen or a dozen books over the next week and be ready to go out and just be a millionaire the next day. Most people that have a net worth of $1 million, almost all of them have been at it. And they've been doing 80, 90, 100-hour work weeks over and over and over and over and over for 15, 20, 25, 30 years. And then now all of a sudden you look at them and you say, whoa, that's a nice house. Oh, they have a nice car. Oh, they're going on vacation. They got lucky, huh? Well, there was some luck involved, but most of it was them putting their nose to the grindstone and working 4,000 hours a year rather than most people's 2,000 hours a year. They put in a lot of hard work to get where they are. And they wouldn't have done that unless they had a good why. So that brings it right back around to my question to you. Why would you want to go to all this struggle? All you have to do is go down to the unemployment welfare office and say, hey, I've been looking for a job and I can't find one. Can I have some free money? And then the people that want you to vote for them, well, they've set this whole system in place that they'll give you a bunch of free money. Just go out and act like you're looking for a job and then go back every week and, I still can't find anything. And boy, it's a tough market. And they'll keep handing more money to you. You can do that. That's absolutely a big part of our system today. And I shouldn't say our. It's not. That's making me a part of it. It's not part of my system. It's part of a system that exists in the geographical area known as North America and around the world. But if that's what you choose to do, then okay. But I suggest you can do better. And it comes back to the question of why. Why do you want to do better? Why do you want to have money? Why do you want to have a fancy car? Is that it? Is you just want to have a fancy car? Is that all? Well, go steal one. Well, I guess I shouldn't suggest that. No, don't go steal one because that's encouraging criminal activity. But what I'm joking about here is you don't just want to drive a fancy car for 5 minutes. There are ways of doing that without having to go out and work hard. There's another reason you want to do it. Is it just because you want to marry the right woman, or if you're a gal listening to this, you want to marry the right guy, and you feel like if you have a bunch of money, you'll attract more people? Well, yeah, it's true. If you have more money, people of the whatever gender it is you want, they're going to be more attracted to you. But that isn't what it's all about. It's not all about having nice stuff. I personally think, and again, I say personally, you might be different. And that's why I'm asking you, what is your reason? One of my reasons is I feel good about it. At the end of the day, I can say, I have created value. I've done a good job today. I'll sign my name at the bottom of this day and say, I own this day. I wasn't perfect and I messed up a bunch and I fell down a bunch, but it was a good day. So what is your why? And I keep asking this over and over. You have to decide what your why is. And once you find that why, get somebody to help hold you accountable, whatever goals you set. And maybe we'll even have a whole segment or even a whole show on goals sometime. But goals are important to have, and then you've got to have somebody that helps you keep with them, stick with it. If you don't, if you just have these wild goals and you never have somebody to help keep you accountable, your probability of being successful is less. So whether it's me or you just go somewhere around town and you look for some libertarian or Republican small business owner and you say, hey, I need a mentor. Will you give me a 30 minutes a week? And you just run stuff by them and they bounce stuff off of you and give you advice. Hey, go read this book. Whatever it is, get somebody that's going to help mentor you and keep you accountable as you move forward. And one of the things I do is I'm a member of the Fastlane Forum, and it's a free forum for people that have read Unscripted by M.J. DeMarco, that I mentioned that early in the show. And it's just a forum of kind of higher performance folks, and we get on there and we toss ideas around and we discuss stuff and we support each other. And at all levels, there are support staff that you have, not paid people, but there are people that help keep you accountable. I think that's really important. Something I'd say also is think about whether or not you're right about something. And if you're right, if you're correct, put your shoulders back and bulldoze forward. If you're doing the right thing for the right reasons and you're not hurting anybody, keep going. And when everybody tries to get in your way and tries to get you to accept some sort of, they call it a stimulus check welfare. No. Did you earn that money? No, you didn't. That money's being stolen. Don't accept it. Put your shoulders back. You are better than that. It's better that you go out and trade, go down to the Dollar Tree and tell the manager, hey, I'll sweep the whole parking lot. You give me a broom to do it. I get to keep the broom. And once I've swept the whole thing, give me a can of tuna. Is that a deal? I'll bet you'll find a bunch of folks that'll say yes. If you went around doing that, well, then at least you have your pride and a full stomach, and you've gotten exercise, and you've created value, and now you have some capital. And that capital is a broom. And you can go to the next business and use that capital. Capital is a means of production, in this case a broom. You can use that capital and go make some more money or cans of tuna or whatever you want. And you're going to feel proud. So don't let somebody tell you because you're poor, because you don't have a lot of coin in your wallet, that you're not good. If you're going out and creating value, whether it's sweeping a parking lot or running a company, whatever it is you're doing, if you're creating value, you're a worthwhile, good human being. Keep that up. Keep charging forward. Don't let people hold you back or tell you you're not good enough. Keep going. And here's something I love. Fail. Fail a bunch. I fail all the time. If you fail and then you fall down and you get back up and you fail again and you fall down and you get up and you pivot and you fail again and you fall down and you get back up, keep doing that. And all of a sudden, a bunch of years later, you're going to look at yourself and you go, looks like I'm at the top of this hill. Somehow you did it. You got to the top of the hill. You made it. You succeeded. From falling down and failing and mucking through it and sticking with it, having that perseverance, doing what's right, day in, day out, working the long, hard hours, not expecting handouts, keeping with it. And what's important to you is going to be different. What's the value to you? Why do you want to do these things? Is it the intellectual, physical, financial, relationship benefits? What is it for you? You got to figure that out, or you're not going to stick with it in the long run. You got to figure these things out as you move forward. Hopefully some of the things I've told you today and some of the things I've asked you have been motivational, have made you start to think. And again, check out my book, Harsh Advice for the Unemployed Guy. It's available on Amazon. It'll also be in the show notes, and that gets into more specifics on some advice on how you can go forward and make more of a success in your life. Join our conversation online at openlyvoluntary.com/let's think. Please do be in touch there. And by the way, stick around for Mark and John with Administrative Static. They're coming up in just a moment after our wonderful sponsors tell you about their awesome offerings. And until next Saturday at 6 p.m., be your best you, and I will be my best me. Let's think. So long.